Hi everybody, my name is Irina and welcome to episode 7 of Stories with the Shepherdess. Hello, Happy New Year, welcome back, and I am so sorry that I am not frequent in posting. I try really hard to get these filmed and edited, and then life just gets in the way. 2019 is a really interesting year because this will be my first full year as a full-time shop owner. In the past, I was a university student, but now I am here 100% and I am just ready to hit the ground running. And I'm so excited to see what the next year has in store for us as a yarn shop, yarn company, small farm, etc., etc. I thought we would get started with flock talk. We are anxiously awaiting the arrival of lambs. It's always an exciting time of year for us. Our first lambs should be arriving, hold on, I have to count, sorry. Our first batch of lambs should be arriving around the middle to end of March. That should be when Dot, our Shetland ewe, will lamb. We generally, because we only breed a few ewes a year, we don't actually get ultrasounds like some of the other farmers do. It's just a massive cost, and it just, we've been farming for almost 10 years, we've been shepherding for almost 10 years, and so we have a fairly good idea of like what's what and how it all works out. So we just watch for some signs, and so Dot definitely seems like she'll be the first one to go. We have another Wensleydale ewe, Agatha, who came to us from Oregon this past fall after Rhinebeck, and she should also be popping out babies. So that is so exciting. I can't wait for little lamb photos and snuggles and all that good jazz. So that's really it for flock talk. We also were still awaiting a well. Alas, it's been too frozen, it's been too wet. But yeah, everything's going well at the farm. We're just like falling into the rhythm of winter, and then of course once we hit winter and we actually get into the rhythm of that, spring is going to arrive, as it always does. But with spring comes lambs and also new flock yarns, which I'm very excited for. That's my favorite part of all of this, is getting to knit with the wool from our flock of sheep and our guard llama Gus, which is going to be really fun. So that's it for flock talk. So let's move on to what's on my needles. So for what's on my needles, I have been working on a super secret project for a knitwear designer, so I can't show that at the moment. I will be able to show it when everything is all said and done and released later in the year. But currently I am working on a weekender. It doesn't really look like a weekender, but if I flip it inside out. So this is my weekender. Here is the classic seam, if you can see it. So my weekender is actually a stash bust knit, which I'm very excited for, because that is something that I have a real problem with, is just building my stash when I actually have lovely sheep that grow it for me and a beautiful yarn shop that I can knit samples for. So this is knit out of the 2016, our first like kind of big proper foray into flock yarns and marketing them. I don't know why it took that long. I don't know why it took almost 7 years to get into the swing of it, but we're moving and grooving. So anyways, 2016 was like our first big year with flock yarn. We had found a mill that we really enjoyed. And so this is Timi and Friends. Timi and Friends is a blend, a long wool blend, and Timi is our long wool ewe who you have met here many a times through my podcast, and she is a blend of Leicester, long wool, and Wensleydale. So this is from Timi, and then the Friends is because we had purchased some Romney fleeces from the Midwest. This shepherd, they no longer farm sheep for their wool, so we got the last few batches before they disbanded. So this is a blend of Romney from afar, and Timi, our long wool ewe, and I love natural colors, but I'm already knitting a white Gretna jumper, so I thought, because this was naturally white. So on our snow day, I popped it in the dye pot, and I got this absolutely gorgeous kind of speckled berry color. So the recipe was kind of somewhere between elderberry jam from our Yorkshire medley and Malton. So quite like it. I'm kind of calling it like a raspberry jam color. So this is my weekender. I'm flying on it. I expect to be actually done by like next week sometime, and it's a knit along that we are doing at our shop. The knit along runs from February 14th through September 14th, and you can choose 2 sweaters, either the Weekender by Andrea Mowry, or you can do the Wool and Honey by Andrea Mowry. So I figured that once I was done with some destashing, I could knit a Wool and Honey sample for the shop out of Brooklyn Tweed Loft. So that should be good. I'm very excited because I didn't expect it to go this fast, and it is just flying, which is a-okay with me. So that is what's on my needles right now. I'm trying to really like hone in on what's important to me and what I want to get done and what garments I want to continually wear, something like that's part of a capsule collection per se. I'm working really hard to kind of change how I perceive clothing and the fashion movement and try to either buy things that are from more sustainable sources or just make them myself. So I'm trying really hard, and so I think it's good to use a stash buster from our own flock of sheep, and it's a very wearable piece that I can continue to wear in an actually incredibly wearable color. It's kind of my go-to color for the fall. So that's what's on my needles. I don't have any recently finished objects. I did finish a Taproot cowl by Beatrice from Thread and Ladle, and I left it at home, so shame on me for that one, but I will insert a photo here. So the Taproot cowl was knit out of Wing and a Prayer Farms All the Single Ladies. This is a marigold and indigo dye bath. So I picked 2 skeins of this up from our friend Tammy of Wing and a Prayer Farm when we were at Vogue Knitting Live together in New York City. So this was really fun to work with. It's 100% Shetland, and it is definitely very rustic feeling, but it softened up so much when I knit it and washed it. So this is what I have left of the second skein. I think I used like 2 yards, not even, to do the cast off. So I plan on making another kind of shorter version of the Taproot cowl, just like take a row or 2 out so I can accommodate for the bind off then for my mom. So we'll kind of have matching cowls. So that'll be quite fun. So that is the Wing and a Prayer Farm All the Single Ladies. So this was just like some stash that I picked up at Vogue. So that's kind of it for my finished objects. Yeah, like I said, I have been knitting a lot on a secret project for somebody, so I don't have a lot to show for the moment. So we successfully finished our 3rd year of vending at Vogue. It was a wonderful experience all around, as it always is, and we met a lot of really lovely people. We got to catch up with friends that we only see that time of year. Yeah, it was really good. We're excited to see, what next year holds for us. And I think like each year our booth just gets better and better. So we're very excited for that. So that's what's happening in the shop for Vogue. We also are going to be vending at Pittsburgh Creative Arts Festival, formerly known as Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet. Jessica and I, Jessica's our right-hand woman. You've met her many times if you've been to the fiber festivals and said hello. So Jessica and I will be running the booth Friday, Saturday, and then Jerry, my mom, is going to be joining us Sunday morning to help out at the booth. And then also my mom and I are teaching at Pittsburgh Creative Arts Festival. So I think that there might still be spaces in our classes. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to be teaching Thrums Are Fun. And the thrumming is just like a really wonderful thing to do. It makes such a warm, squishy fabric, and it's just our absolute favorite thing for winter mittens. So come join us for Thrums Are Fun if you are going to the Pittsburgh Creative Arts Festival, and then also see us there with all of our Yorkshire Medley long wool love wares. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're very excited to see our dear friend Prado Delana, Amanda, and Alberto and their 2 lovely kids. And so yeah, we're super excited. So Pittsburgh Creative Arts Fest should be quite fun. And then it's Maryland's. I think this is like our 14th or 15th year of vending at Maryland. Yeah, we've been at it for a very long time. So the Maryland Sheep and Wool happens, and then we are going to be in June starting our very first biennial Flying Fibers Weekend Workshop, and we'll be hosting Rachel Brockman and Pam Sluter for a wonderful a weekend away for classes and little workshops, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So we still have a seat or 2 left in that. I will put a link in the description to get to that if you are interested to check out more info. So yeah, we've got that. yeah, and then it's like the fall show season, which we can catch up on later. So I just wanted to also let you all know I started a Patreon account because I'm doing this full time, and I think Patreon's really great because it gives me a sort of accountability. So if you're interested in seeing like a way more behind the scenes look at farm life or shop life or any of that sort of thing, if you just want to get, you know, behind the scenes and maybe a discount code, some project bags, maybe some yarn, depending on what tier you pick, yeah, we are offering that, and that is really cool. We're quite blown away with the amount of success that we're having with it. I expected it to be like 2 people, maybe getting $10 a month. So we're very excited to have 13 patrons, and I can't wait to get more and more as we progress. Once the spring rolls around and I've got some kind of fresh forage to work with, I'm going to be also doing some fun giveaways there. We already did our first giveaway and we had a winner, but I'm going to be doing some fun giveaways with some of our natural body lotion sorts of salves and all that good stuff that we make in the summer. And so yeah, I'm just really excited. This year, I'm just feeling really good about it. So yeah, golly, that seems like a lot, but I think I got it all out. Also, just quickly, I just wanted to let you know that we also have in copies of Taproot and Lane magazine. These are both wonderful, wonderful publications. They are stunning issues, and we're very excited to have them in the shop. So we've got Taproot, and this is issue 31, and we've got issue 7 of Lane. So if you are interested in checking them out, pop by the shop, 329 Main Street, Landisville, Pennsylvania. Grab a coffee at our neighbors next door, Miss Callie's Eats and Treats, and just sit and knit a while. We always welcome people to come and join our knitting groups, join our knit-along events. We've got knit-along gatherings for this 2019 sweater knit-along, and yeah, please just come. We are a place of inclusion and love, and we just can't wait to meet you and say hello. So I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Happy crafting, spinning, knitting, weaving, crocheting, felting, all of that good stuff. And I hope to see you very soon. Have a lovely rest of your day, everybody. Hey everyone, thanks so much for following along with our video podcast Stories with the Shepherdess. If you would like to stay updated, you can follow us on Instagram at Flying Fibers, or you can follow either of our Facebooks, Flying Fibers for our yarn shop in Landisville, Pennsylvania, or Flying Fibers Flock to keep updated with happenings on the farm. Thanks so much!